Hi Flosstube, it is Helen D. Today's Monday, the 18th of November. I have a haircut tomorrow, so I decided to film early. You guys get fluffy gray-haired Helen. After tomorrow, it will be shorter gray-haired Helen, because I've just given up. It is what it is. Yeah, I thought I'd film early. It's gray and overcast and may actually rain, which I know we and a lot of other people really need the rain. So hopefully we get some showers this week to kind of moisten the ground and cut down on fire damage and stuff. So thank you for tuning in today to talk all things cross stitch. I always appreciate it when people watch and comment and like and subscribe and all those things. I don't have nearly, look, you can't see my pile today. That's good. I still touched a lot of things, but I really kind of focused on one, which if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen, but I did finish my turkey, so I have that to show. Last couple of weeks have been pretty slow. There hasn't been a super whole lot going on. The quarter wound down for school. We had conferences, a little bit of holiday prep, but we don't do much because my parents are gone. I've mentioned this before, but my parents are in Florida for the winter, so they're not here. My husband's family is not from around here, so we don't really go see them over the holidays. There's not quite enough time, right, to kind of squeeze that in with school. My son hates missing school. He is a teacher's dream. But he like refuses to miss school, so because he's afraid he's going to fall behind. And my sister's in-laws are close, so they go up there. Sometimes we're able to get together around the holidays, but Thanksgiving I think is just us, just the three of us. I won't bother with a turkey. My husband doesn't care. My son wouldn't eat it anyway, so we usually have meatballs and gravy over noodles. I did buy a turkey today because we do Christmas in July when my parents are back for the summer, and we put it in the freezer and then just pull it out and do Christmas in July. So we get all the goodies just a little later. I have a turkey and the stuffing mix. My mom likes that Pepperidge Farm, the dry stuffing that you can't really get that in the summer. So we've learned to get it now and I keep it in the basement, and then we pull it out. We did do Salsa Fest day one, because I needed room in the freezer for that turkey. We had frozen 12-gallon bags of tomatoes, so we do half and half. In day one, we used all 6 of those, and we got 37 pints. My husband eats a lot of salsa. As a friend said, he eats salsa on his salsa. Not wrong. So we have one more day of that to go, probably over Thanksgiving because he has a day off. It's an all-day event. Then I need to wash the floors. They're a little sticky. Like, I wash that area, they need a wash. So that's what I'll be doing over Thanksgiving, is washing the floors. Yeah, so that's about it. But I did stitch, and I stitched quite a bit. Tried to finish some things, and that's what we're going to jump in with. I have 2 fully finishes. One of which you've probably seen is I finished the Woodland Critters tier from Erin Elizabeth, and I did do a tutorial. It's a flat stand-up, and I used a picture, like a table card or a picture little stand. So I showed how I put that in there, because now it will just stand on its own, but it's not a sewn stand-up, because sometimes on a wider piece, it curves and you can't really see the whole piece. So this is just another alternative for finishing, and no sewing machine. So if you don't want to do a stand-up and you find you have more control lacing, this is just another option for you. So that tutorial posted last week, if you're interested. It should be the last video on my channel. That fabric is Into the Woods from Atomic Ranch, 14 count. So then the other piece, not only did I finish it, I fully finished it, because it fits in an 8x10 frame. So I'm like, awesome, I have 8x10 frames. So this is Turkey Day from Cottage Garden Sampling. Mine is done on 28 count wheat Lugana, which is just a plain basic Zweigart, no modeling Lugana. And on a 28 count or a 14 count, this design will fit in an 8x10 frame. This frame, I have two of this frame. One of them I used for Plum Street Samplers, Turkey Bay. And then I bought it we have a salvage shop, and I bought it there and I loved it. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could get more of this frame. Like, that was 3 years ago. I was back over there a couple months ago and they had more frames out and they had the exact same frame. It's a little beat up, but it was like $2 and it's gorgeous because it's got like some ribbing on it. So I love it. So this is going to hang there to fill. It'll be like this. See, we'll fill that spot. I did change a couple colors. These leaves, some of them are, it's chamomile and maple syrup from Larks. Those are the two called for Fancy Floss. I picked a coloring cotton for these two colors, and then on the top, I did the same. I was chatting with Carrie on Instagram, and she also started it. She stitched hers on Cauldron from Picture This Plus. While I chat, I'm going to pull up a picture because hers looks so good on that fabric. I said if I hadn't already changed, if I hadn't already started it, because I started this last year, I would change my fabric because hers looks so good. And she changed some of the leaves as well. I think she did. I don't know. She did change the blue. So that's hers, and it's so cool on that fabric. It's like a gray and orange. So that's just another alternative. That's a Picture This Plus. The other color I changed on mine is this blue was really bright. So I just kind of chose a duller blue because it just didn't match everything else. Yeah, so I picked a different yellow and stuff. And I messed up over here. This was supposed to be alternating, but I was watching TV and I think we were watching the boxing match. So that one is done. Set that down. So that's what I fully finished. And then I did have a couple of smaller finishes in between, like car stitching and whatnots. I think I have 3. I only have 2 written down, but I actually have 3. So I think 2 of them are in this bag. Hopefully 2 of them are in this bag. There's one. Nope, one of them I must not have brought down. So I finished Music in the Woodlands. I was just doing a lot of fill-in in this one, and then the little bits kind of came together pretty quickly. This is on just a scrap. I do have a different color light on the ring light today because it was so dark, so things look a little more golden than they do in real life. So that one is done. And like I said, it was a teeny tiny one that I must have left upstairs unless it shows up in another bag. It's a Bent Creek. It's called Tiny Tim Turkey. And a couple videos ago, I did some finishing for Donna with some Bent Creeks where I had fabric on 2 sides, like 2 layers of fabric and a button. And several people said, oh, do you have a tutorial for that? And I thought I did, but I don't. So I stitched, oh, here it is. See, found it. I stitched this up so that I can do, I can film that tutorial. So, the Littles Tiny Tim Turkey. There's a whole series of these. I think I won this one as a giveaway from Laura of Stitching by the Shore, like a couple years ago. Tiny Tim Turkey on a little scrap. I think this is the scrap of wheat Lugana from I just pulled some colors, right? I'm like, I need a light brown, a dark brown. This is the same orange I used, right? I just whipped it out. I started that last night. I finished it this morning. So there's that one, so I can do that tutorial. And then the other one I finished is from Vintage Ornaments Set 1 from Cherry Blossoms, which is this chart, which I know is a little... I was doing this one, but I used the blue. Well, I had to swap a blue, but I used the blue for the scarf instead. And I think it came out cute. It's a really fun stitch. This is just a scrap of fabric, bluey, Tiffany blue kind of fabric. So that was fun, and I will do more of those. I'm gonna leave that kitted so that I can do some of the others in that set. So that's that. That's what I've been stitching. I have 3 whips. One's a new start, and one got a decent amount of work, and the other one barely got any. So, the dinosaurs from Una Buena Pieza, Dino Garden, this one barely got any. So this was my big dinosaur chart, and I pulled this out like one day. I did put that line of ocean in. I think I did up here. I don't even think I sewed the top on this guy yet. I was missing a color. I had to find it. So just one little tiny day. Some weeks it gets love and some weeks it doesn't. So there's that one. This is my new start. This time of year, man, always gets me. I'll be doing decently well with working on whips, and then I hit a point where I want to start all kinds of things. And I kitted up, I think, 4 things, and this is the one I started, which doesn't look like much yet. You probably can't even tell what this is going to be. But this is Orchard Raven. I have a hard time with that word, orchard, from Pigeon Coop Designs. Max released this in the fall. I have a black frame, circle frame, that is going to be the perfect size if I stitch it on a 16 count, so that's what I grabbed. And I have kind of in here so that then I can outline and fill in. And I think this is just the bottom of the apple. So this is also, I think this one and that Tiffany-ish blue color are both from Dying for Cross Stitch. She had done some sale stuff last year, and her fabric is really nice because it's big. It's 18 by 29 on Aida, so you can get a lot in there. So that's like the palest of pale grays. And then the other one, this is the one I don't have a cover sheet for because it's the Sal from Historical Sampler Company, and I don't make it over to the library to print it out every time. So, oh, they haven't even posted yet. Part 3 is now out. This is parts 1 and 2. Part 3 is now out, and I'm just finishing up part 1. But I will get back into this. This one I swapped to the fabric out. It's Picture This Plus icon, I believe. And that looks great. It is a nice bright blue. That looks terrible. I wonder if it would look different with, not really. So that's pretty much all of part 1. There's some reindeer right here that continue on the bottom part, so I just left them, and I think there's a little half of something here that when I move over, I'll just do all of that. But the colors are looking great on this fabric. It's been a lot of fun. I'm ready to move the Q-snap. I have part 2 printed out, and part 3 came out last week, so I think part 4 is next week. And it is just a PDF, so if it's something you want to jump in late on or early, it's not really quite winter yet, you can pop right over to their website and get that if that's something you're interested in. I will link it below. So that's what I've been stitching. I have 2 more bags here. These are plan bags when we get to that. What else? Purchases, I have 1. And it's something I purchased a while ago and it just came in because it's Grace Notes Fabrics. They were doing like a fundraiser fabric after Hurricane Helene, and it's called Higher Ground. I got the Lugana, a 28 count Lugana. I thought this would be, not only is it for a good cause, but it would be great for like a Mira because it's two-toned. Now, I don't know in this light how it's gonna show, but it's like a blue at the top and a green at the bottom. This is a fat quarter too. This also seems kind of long, but yeah. So it's just this really pretty soft green and blue. So that came in. I've never stitched with their fabric, so that's exciting. It's the first piece of theirs I have. That was my 1 purchase. I have 3 gifts, 3 pieces of Happy Mail that came. Jensine won a giveaway a couple weeks ago, and she sent me a sweet little thank you card, and she'd been making zipper pulls. So she sent me 3 of her zipper pulls. She said, like I think many of us can feel this way, sometimes when I start something new, I tend to overdo it. I said, yeah, been there. And then Dawn Marie sent a gift, not to me, but to Emmy. She said, can I have Emmy's address? And it came addressed to Emmy. So Dawn Marie is DM's Crafty Vortex. She's another Flosstuber from here in Maine. And she said she saw this fabric and she just had to. Dawn Marie makes gorgeous bags. So this is my Emmy fabric, who I opened it in the morning and I had it on the counter and I texted Dawn Marie and I said, it won't take Emmy any time at all to dirty that up. Within 5 minutes she was sitting on it. And she also had a little bag in it too, like you can put your flosses and stuff. So thank you, Dawn Marie. Emmy approved. I know I had mentioned, I think last video, that Barbie Pedal Pusher and Misty of Luminous Fiber Arts and I do a swap every year. And this year we did Halloween. Barbie's came in the mail and I hadn't shared it yet. So she used one of these, it's from Michael's. So they had these this year. I know a lot of people bought these because Kathy Barrick charted some things for these. This is just another option. I don't know what size fabric this is. You'd have to do a little math. But Barbie stitched a little prairie schooler. And it fits on there perfect. So it's a little prairie schooler with some rickrack. Honestly, this looks like, to me, I would guess an 18. And it's like a light lilac purple. Again, in my light, you can't tell. So I love this. She told us she was a little late. She said, leave those Halloween boxes out so you can tuck this in for next year. So I will. I'll have to pull my Halloween box down. I did lift it up. So that's kind of what else I have to share. Before I do giveaways, plans. So what did I say today was? I don't even know. The 18th. I finished that turkey way earlier than I thought I would because once I got going on it, I just couldn't put it down. So I have 2 other turkey charts ready to go, but I thought responsible me should hold off on those because I know that I have like a bunch of wintry Christmas things. And I think I'm going to give fall, Thanksgiving, it's really more fall, 1 more week, and then I'm going to switch over. So I went through my projects. I was working on Autumn Snapperland. That one is not going to get finished. So that one's going to go in like in the box. But I have 2 small charts that I thought, I bet I could get this finished. And honestly, if this is all I was working on, I bet I could get them finished this week. So this is what I pulled out. Fall Tier from Erin Elizabeth, which I am about halfway. I haven't touched it. I didn't even put those lines of backstitch on the hay bales yet. So I have this one. I think this is light taupe Lugana. So that one. And, ooh, this one I don't have the cover sheet. Because you should see the state of my chart, let alone a cover sheet. This is, I think it's called Primitive Crow. It's from Threadwork Primitives, and it's one of the ones that will fit on the spools that I had started. So I have this crow on top of crow, a couple more like little half Quakers, and then another chunk stripy part on the top. So this is on a 16 mystery tan. So I'd like to get that done. Probably won't go out this year, but then I can cross it off the list and then start a bunch of new things. That's the plan. So that's what I'm going to work on this week and see if I can manage to get both of those done. Giveaways. And before we do giveaways, what are you guys planning on looking out for Black Friday? Who do I need to be scoping out to see if they're going to have any sales? I have a few things in my favorites on Etsy and other places thinking maybe that will go on sale. Where are you going to look? I don't want to miss anything. I love a good deal. That's all. So giveaways. Last week, we had a $10 gift card to Cobweb Corner. That is going to Julie Mitchell. Gather Together. This is Annabella's. This is going to Shelley Hocking. And Uber Turkey, Bent Creek, is Betty Larks. So I will list those below. I always have the people who need to contact me. My email address is down below. Shoot me an email, let me know what you want, and I will pop it in the mail. So this week, I have 2 charts from Carla at Cobweb Corner, who's been having some really great sales. So if in the vein of, hey, we're waiting on things to go on sale, I know she just started one today with different things, and she's been rotating them. And she's been having a lot of her auctions too. So her information is always listed down below. So for these, you need to be over 18 so you can legally give me your address. I always appreciate it if you're a subscriber, as does Carla at Cobweb Corner. And don't say like or giveaway, and then give those words, not like or giveaway, win, giveaway, prize, you know the drill. So use the numerical number. Number 1 is Christmas Mini Moon from Plum Street. Did you see the Halloween one she just posted? It's cute. So this is number 1. And then number 2 is Perfect Snowman from Heart and Hand. This is a bigger one. This is a re-release of an older chart. I think she did this one last year or earlier this year. So number 2. We're getting to the point that when I picked out giveaways for this last round, I didn't realize this one was big. I tried to pick things that I could mail from home because I don't really want to go in. There's a cutoff for me of going in the post office, and we're almost there. So as we move closer, if it's Canada or overseas or a large chart where I'd have to go to the post office, you may have to wait till after Christmas. But we're not there yet. Usually like second week in December, I'm like, nope, I'm not going in there. So that's it. I should be back 2 weeks with a regular update. I hope people are finding lots of stitchy time to get through some things, and I know people are making plans for next year. So I don't know if I have plan. I have a couple of small things, but I know I'm going to end up starting a bunch of stuff. So have a great day, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Bye.